Hey guys, we are back and it is finally time to wrap up this little short market season we have done this fall. And I'm so excited to share all the final results with you guys. First of all, we're gonna talk about what sold, what didn't sell, and the just five plushies that did not find their forever homes. Not to mention what the fate of our beautiful Manny the Manatee was, and if he is or is not gonna find his home with Eli. And also how much we finally made. Well, there were some twists and turns in this last market. It was a journey. It was 3 days. Oh, I'm Karen. This is Yarn and Whimsy. Every time. Anyway, it was a journey. I know we talked about how this was going to, in my mind, be a beautiful Hallmark movie moment, and it was. It was in a lot of ways. It was also super, super cold. They don't show that so much in the Hallmark movies, how really cold it was. And in addition to being cold, it was super rainy a couple of times during the weekend, which made it a little extra bone chilling. But all in all, 10 out of 10 would do again. To just cut to the chase, spoiler alert, it was great. I enjoyed it, totally enjoyed it. Okay, so first of all, it was 3 days. Started on Friday, 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m., and Sunday from 12 to 5. I paid $100 for a 10 by 10 tent. So the tents were already put up. They were in a line. It was like one big tent line that had like 6-ish booths in it. So we were all I was in a line of 6 booths. There were a total of about 50 vendors at this event. Along with the tent, you also got one 6-foot table, and the tent was pre-lit for you. The lights were super bright. It was great. There was no heat in these tents, and they did allow for us to bring a propane heater. And I did bring a propane heater, and it did not help even a little bit. Well, maybe a little bit. Meanwhile, Friday, when we showed up to set up, I did take some clips for you guys, so I'm gonna play those now, and then we'll come back and we'll talk. So, see you in a minute. Hey friends, it is night 1 of my Hallmark movie craft fair, and it is raining like a fair amount. It's been raining all day. So this is starting in like 10 or 15 minutes, I think. It starts at 4. Kind of just give you guys a quick glance. Inventory is definitely low. My mom's here helping me. Look at her. She's such a trooper. Hi, Nana. Let me remind you that this is like it. This is all the stock I have. So that is not so much. Okay, so as you guys can see, we got there Friday night to set up, and it went super smooth. My mom came with me. She is the VIP of this whole operation. She's fantastic. She does whatever it takes. She not only hung out with me, she then was home taking care of Sunny, our new puppy, and I think she might be sneaking through here in a minute, and I'll show her to you guys because she's adorable. Anyway, we were hanging out. It was a little misty when we first got there, and then it was just steady rain all night long. Apparently, I am a bit of a negative Nancy when we start these markets, because I always go in thinking, oh, it's gonna be so slow. It's not gonna go great. And I don't know if that's because I legitimately think it's not gonna go great, or if I'm just setting my expectations. And I suspect that's what I do. I just try to set my expectations so that I am not crushed if it's a bad experience, and I was expecting phenomenal. But it was rainy, and if it were me, I would not be coming out to the market on a night like this Friday night, but people did. Not a lot. There were not a ton of people there, and there were not droves, but there were a fair amount of people there. So at 5 o'clock, from 4 to 5 was 4 to 4:40 was pretty dead. I made a couple of sales, but it was pretty dead. After that, though, they had the tree lighting ceremony in the square, which we were situated around the square. So the tree lighting ceremony was in the square around 5, and then there were people there because they came to see the tree lighting, and then the high school madrigals were singing after that in a big tent off to the side, and those people were there, and it ended up being a really good night. I sold quite a bit on Friday night. I showed you guys my initial setup. We sold quite a bit. $300 worth, maybe enough to have made back my booth fee plus some. At some point during the night, I'm going to show you guys this clip. It was rainy and it was cold and it was dark, but something super magical happened. So check it out. I'll be right back. Guess what just happened? Right here, this is where the giant unicorn used to be. It is officially gone. It found a home with the sweetest little girl and it was adorable. Anyway, right here, unicorn, no more. Now my only really high dollar item is this guy, who I still totally love. Okay, did you guys see that? The giant unicorn sold. $75. The giant unicorn was $75. I can't believe it sold. Especially I can't believe it sold when I thought it was gonna be a ridiculous, crazy, rainy, cold night. This little girl didn't even walk all the way into the booth. Like one step into the booth, and her grandparents were following behind her. Her grandfather was actually pushing grandma in a wheelchair and asked the little girl, which one do you want? And she just zeroed in. She's like 6 feet away from the unicorn. And she's just like, that one. And it was adorable. And grandma said, how much is that one? And I cringed. I said, ugh, that one is $75. And grandma said, do you take card? And I said, I do. And so we packaged that adorable unicorn up for that girl. And she was so happy and it was so sweet. And I was awesome. And as the night's going along, I'm alone. My mom only stayed for a little bit. I'm alone at this event. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad. Are we allowed to talk about that here? I had to go to the bathroom and my mom wasn't there. And the way this event was, I was set up on the far side of the event and the facilities were on the other side of the event inside. So they were inside. It was toasty warm in there. But there's no way I could go all the way across and leave my booth for that long. It was like a jaunt. I had to wait for my mom to come back. Mom finally came just like half an hour before we were shutting down at 8. And I took off to the bathroom. And while I was gone, she sold Primp the penguin, which was $50, and a little jellyfish for another $10. And that little magic happened while I was away. And my other favorite thing about Friday night is Taylor. Taylor was around all weekend long. Taylor was, gosh, maybe 11 or 12. And her mom had a booth at the market on the other side. And Taylor crocheted. She learned to crochet at school. She crocheted, was just beginning her journey. And oh my gosh, she was so fun. She stopped by over and over again over the weekend. She brought me things she had made to show me. She had this leggy frog and this snowman that she had made. They were adorable. I kept meaning to find her booth. I never found it over the weekend. Honestly, because it was so cold that any time I left my booth, I went one direction or the other. I never saw her in a booth, so I could never tell where she was. I would love to connect with her again. She does have my contact information. I'm hoping she reaches out, and I would love to buy something of hers. She was just a doll. And we talked so much about, I wrote down some websites for her, wrote down some free patterns for her, and we just had so much fun chatting back and forth every time she would come by. She kept bringing new friends who would come by and buy things. It was just a lot of fun. I saw Taylor all weekend long. At this point, we pack up, and by pack up, we are not putting everything away. Our display stayed up, but I put all of our plush into a big bag, and we took the plush home with us because this was outside. It was wet, it was cold. Because of the weather, I didn't feel comfortable leaving our actual plush there. So we took them home with us, but everything else stayed. I went home and I crocheted my butt off. Because if you guys saw at the beginning, I told you, this is it. This is all the inventory I have. And I knew I had to beef it up a little. So I went home and I made 2 spiders, one a little bit bigger than the other. I made a Stella Squid from Jade. I'll put the spiders here and the Stella here. I made a bluebird. Now here's the thing, for both Stella and the bluebird, here's what I did. Stella is a super easy pattern and it works up in like parfait chunky, kind of like this. I made it in the jumbo yarn so that it worked up like this. And same for the bird. The bird is just this teeny tiny little bird. It's so fast and so easy, but I made it in jumbo yarn. And I don't have set pictures of those because they did sell pretty quick on Saturday, but I can show them to you on my display. So I'm gonna put that picture up so you guys can see those items. Both of those sold super quick. And because they were jumbo yarn, I priced them pretty high. Stella the Squid, I sold really fast for $38. And that little bluebird, which I sell for like $5 when I make it in regular like parfait yarn, It sold for $20. Yeah, that bluebird, that little bluebird, I sold pretty quick for 20 bucks. It was adorable. I told you she might be by. Hey, this is Abby Kate bringing her to me, but look, it's Sunny. Oh my gosh, you guys, she has grown so much. When we first got her, she could just snuggle up on my shoulder, and she has grown a ton. Just say hi to the people. Hi to the people. Hi. So this is Sunny. She's our little pride and joy right now. And she's headed outside with my daughter. All right, just a little glimpse of what has been keeping me super busy lately. Beginning of Saturday, I went down from 2 6-foot tables to just 1 because that is what I had room for. And Saturday was so busy. One of the things that I did notice on Saturday is I wish I had brought more things with embroidered eyes, because I did turn away several people who wanted to buy some big and expensive plush, but they were clearly buying it for like an 18-month-old that was in the basket. And I just had to say, I do have my signs up, but I feel responsible to tell people that this is not safe for a baby unless you're going to, you know, keep it on display in their room. But if they're under 3, this is not safe for them to play with unsupervised. And so those people did leave, which is appropriate. They should have. Oh, the other thing, the cat that I made, I don't know if I have a picture to show you guys, but if not, I'll show you the pattern. This is the easy cat. No sew, love it. And I made it in pink XL yarn. And I swear, the number of people that asked me if it was a pig, I don't think I'll make that in the pink yarn again. It definitely did have pig vibes, but it was definitely a cat. Oh, at the end of the night, these teenagers came by, these 2 girls. And then one girl with a boyfriend who she had ditched like 2 booths away. And she just wanted to buy him something, anything. At the end of the night on Saturday, I only had 17 plush left on 18, I guess, before she bought one. 17 plush left, so it was slim pickings. She ended up getting him this cow, the white and black cow, and that was my last sale on Saturday night. Now I'm left with 17 items, and I still have 5 hours of show tomorrow. And it had been a little awkward, honestly, the last 45 minutes or an hour of Saturday night, because people would come by and I just didn't have a lot. What do you do? What do you do when that happens, right? Do you go home and stay up all night? I just couldn't. I was so exhausted at this point. I was so tired. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. That I just knew I wasn't going to be able to make 15 or 20 more things. And would that even really be enough? Here's what I did. I called my friend Jackie. Jackie has a crochet business and she lives close to me. She and I have hung out a couple of times, been to each other's markets, and she's just great. And I said, Jackie, what you doing tomorrow? Do you want to come work a market with me? I mean, there is no point in me being here by myself with my 17 items all day and not making sales just because I don't have the stuff. It would make total sense to have someone else come along and join. So she said, yeah, I'll totally be there, because she is a rock star. And so she came out in the freezing cold. It was so cold on Sunday to help me, which was phenomenal. Okay, so once I had locked in help for tomorrow and more inventory, I went home and I collapsed and I gave Sunny this thing that I bought at the market. We got her this cool snuffle mat. Let me show you a picture of Sunny with her snuffle mat that we bought from one of our vendor neighbors, and she loves it. Okay, so now it is Sunday. Jackie is here to the rescue. I wish I could have filmed more clips with Jackie, but for some reason the music on Sunday was so loud and right behind us, and it was all copyrighted music all day long. So I just got one little clip. I'm gonna show you guys. Hey guys, it is just about a wrap on this crazy cold weekend. I sold so much stuff. I had very little left, so I called in reinforcements. This is Jackie.
Hi.
Jackie is with Stormy's Happy Place. If we're lucky, she's gonna start a YouTube channel. So
I'll try, I promise.
She has been keeping me company. We had a great time. It's actually been kind of fun.
Yes.
But so cold. Jackie has been such a good sport. She brought tons of stuff to fill up the table. Now we are just packing it up and going home. I will come back soon with updates on how we did. So that clip was toward the end of the night. I do not know how much Jackie made, but I did pretty well on Sunday. this point, Taylor's been coming over all weekend, and on Sunday, Taylor's mom came by, and I knew immediately it was Taylor's mom. I didn't tell you guys this, but almost every time Taylor came by, she was riding one of those knee walkers that you put your knee on. So you put your knee on the little bike thingy and you ride along. Taylor had been riding one of those, and she told me it was her mom's. So this woman comes along on the bike, and I said, "You're Taylor's mom," because I'm like that. And she says, "I am." And it was so sweet. She came by just to say thank you for hanging out with Taylor all weekend. And I'm like, man, thank you. Taylor was a joy. She was so much fun. Oh, the flamingo. Sunday is when the flamingo sold. And my mom didn't think I'd ever sell the flamingo, but I did. And this little girl loved it. And honestly, I don't really know what's going to happen to the flamingo because the little girl wanted it. And the mom talked her into buying it for the dance teacher, thinking that, well, flamingos kind of look like they are graceful. I don't know. But I suspect, being a mom myself, that mom might be saying it's for the dance teacher and it might actually be for the daughter. We'll see. I mean, I guess we won't ever know. But in my mind, I don't care. Whichever one, whoever has it, has it, as long as they're happy, right? Also on Sunday, I forgot to tell you guys, on Friday, this young man, maybe 12 or so, bought one of my baby lottles. I'll show you the picture of the pattern there that I made for my axolotl roundup. And he bought the pink one, but then he wanted a blue and purple one for himself. The pink one was for a present. And I was like, sure, I can have that for you by Sunday. This was Friday night. By end of day Sunday, because his parents also had a booth there, and I will have it for you by end of Sunday. And he goes, can you start it now? I said, right now? He's like, yeah, right now. I'm like, no, I cannot, because A, I am working, and B, I just don't have all of my yarn here. I have only these couple of skeins of yarn. I told him, but I will start it. And if I can get it done sooner than Sunday, I will. But if not, I will have it for you Sunday. So he came by Sunday and got his axolotl, his baby axolotl. And those were the ones in my axolotl roundup, if you remember, that I wasn't sure would sell. They were the ones they look like little people axolotls instead of like actual axolotls. And so they did. They sold. I sold them all. I sold all the axolotls. Every axolotl got sold. And that's it, guys. That is it. The other takeaway from this event for me was that there were so many new crocheters who stopped by and commented and said they had just taken up crochet. And I got a few of them showed me pictures of the work they were doing, which was so great, and asked questions. I gave them my card. I told them to email me anytime. They really were great. I think it's time for us to talk about results, right? Are you guys ready? There were 5 plushes left, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase. One of the 5 plushes, what are the odds, that was left was Manny the Manatee. And we did not name him Manny the Manatee before, but one of you in the comments named him Manny the Manatee, and I love it. The Manatee survived, which is bittersweet. It would have been great for him to find a home sooner, but now he gets to go to Eli. So later this week, my daughter and I will be hand delivering Manny the Manatee to the library for Eli for Christmas. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to do that. I just can't wait to take it up there. And I don't know if she'll even be there. I know people have asked me to take pictures or record, or they want to see her reaction. And I don't see me doing that. I'm a little awkward about such things. But I will try, if she's there, to at least get a picture of her with Manny for you guys. Jury's out on that. Also, one Mabel Chicken survived. I think this is an adorable Mabel Chicken. I don't know why she didn't find a home, but she did survive. One monster survived, which is also adorable. The other monster sold. One Mom's Tachetti Highland cow survived, which is also really cute. And I have no worries that this guy will find his perfect home sooner than later. And then the last that survived is this little velvet elephant. I just love him, and it might be me. I might be sending off don't buy the elephant vibes because I do really love this elephant, and elephants are super important to us, and they absolutely remind me of my son. And I made this one thinking about my son, and it's possible that I'm giving off don't buy the elephant energy because he's so cute. He's $26. I kind of want to put an $80 price tag on him so he doesn't go, but I do take him still. As if someone ever really loves him, I would let him go. But I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get to the numbers. I do not know how much Jackie sold on Sunday. I'm going to give you the totals here. For the weekend, I sold a total of $1,279 worth of plushes. I practically sold out. Honestly, just these 5 things that are left. $692 was in cash and $587 on card. And I had a table fee or a tent fee, like I told you, of $100. And my card fees for the weekend were $16.95. That was phenomenal. Things I would definitely do again. I probably will not make that unicorn again. That was a pain to make. Care Bear got lots of amazing comments, but he's 6 items did not sell. I did not tell my Care Bear. 6 items did not sell. I did lie to you. I'm a liar. 6 items. There's my Care Bear. So my Care Bear got lots of great comments as always, and I'm happy to have him stick around forever if he would like. All in all, this market season was incredibly successful for me for being my first. All 3 shows I would deem a complete success. Made way more money than I anticipated. And would I do it again? Not for a while. First of all, I don't have any inventory to be doing a show anytime soon. I'm going to be spending some time making inventory. But also, I think the lesson I have learned inadvertently is to be very strategic about what shows I do. My time is super valuable to me because I'm a working single mom and I work full time. My kids are sort of grown up. My daughter's in college. My son's a senior in high school, but you guys know he has special needs. He'll be with me for a while. And we have a new puppy. So my time is super valuable to me. So to go do a lot of shows that are gonna make me a couple $100 might not be my best long-term plan. But doing these fun, bigger shows or shows that I know have a good following and I have been specifically referred to, I think those are well worth my time. And it's so much fun and it finds homes for all these things that I can't seem to stop making. So I do have plans for a couple of shows in the spring that I'm going to be doing, and I will give you guys more information about those as we get closer. Meanwhile, please keep hanging out because the next video coming up is some new plush yarns I am testing to go with these guys, and I have a new plan for how we're going to deal with all these test subjects and how we're going to make them even more useful for us. Also, after that, we have a turtle roundup coming and so many more things. So thanks you guys so much for always hanging out and being part of my day. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go take my manatee, gift it to Eli, and I will report back on that hopefully in the next video to let you guys know how that went. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and we will see you again soon. Bye.